Yeah, there's some
close to it.
interesting lane combinations you can do. They can do like a Nightmare into Kata Blast, a good setup. As we're gonna see a DP for Virtus.pro. So yeah, they were thinking kind of the same along the same thoughts that I was talking about. They weren't sure if this is a mid PL or safe lane PL, and DP is pretty good against PL in the mid lane if they decided to go that route. The Spirit Siphon, or her E ability that DP has, actually goes through PL's doppelganger, so she can always scout him out. But Team Spirit decides we're going to play range with range and stay away from the DP in terms of the laning phase and their one-on-one matchup, and they're going to go with the sniper, which is actually a pretty good pick. He can do his damage outside of her exorcism and kind of just plink her down and take her out, as DP is a pretty annoying hero to try to initiate on, just because of all the inherent damage that hero does just by hitting R. So I'm going to see how these team fights unfold. If they're not able to take out this DP, no one is going to have a monstrous game. And I think he might redeem himself from the kind of the struggles that he had in game 1.
DP is going to be really hard to take out, though, between having the Necrophos and the Rubik on the team, as well as Legion Commander. Legion Commander is going to initiate on some, pick him out of the fight right away. He's going to have Frost Armor on him, so it solves a lot of these armor issues. Which he can build other things, not having to build into Shivas right away or something like that. There's a huge advantage. Yeah. But Sniper was, again, I think a really smart pick. You can disable Blink Daggers on Legion Commander, Necrophos if you choose to get one, Rubik, etc. through the Shrapnel. I think they picked about as well as they could have for a 5th pick, but again, I think Virtus.pro really have the advantage draft.
Yeah, I like Virtus.pro's pick a lot. It's not mentioned that PL does have ways to counter the ice armor. It is dispellable with the diffusal blade, so they knew what they were doing with the PL. So there are ways they can work around it, and they do have answers to duel. They have the Fiend's Grip, the Nightmare, and then you get kind of this funny back and forth Nightmare situation. But they have ways that they can counter out the dual initiation. They have the Caught Up line, the stun, Nightmare, and they can just take out the ice armor. So there are ways they can work around it. But as teams smoke out and TP to get their initial wards, who do you think has the advantage, D-Drop?
That's a good question. I do want to say VP overall in this game, because everything you guys were talking about with the Steph Prophet especially.
Do you think that this team fight and initiation is too strong for Team Spirit to try to respond to?
Yeah, potentially. Like a lot of things have to go right. Team Spirit can't take a team fight that is only slightly starting well on their side, if you know what I mean. Like they have to find proper initiations. They need to try and blow up one target at the very least, and it has to be the right one. It has to be one of the cores, and outside of that, you get hit by everything that they have to throw at them. The Reaper's Scythe to turn things around, the Lich Ultimate, the Frost Armor that Neff was mentioning. And the longer these fights go, obviously the Death Prophet, especially with the Exorcism, will be able to just tear you down, because no one's really tanky on the side of Team Spirit either.
We didn't even touch on like team fights and how they're gonna break down. They have the Exorcism that's gonna be running it, but also the Heartstopper aura. Like, people are gonna be ticking down pretty quickly if these fights extend out for a while. I kind of worry how quickly they can kill on the side of Team Spirit, but they're actually gonna go on an aggressive tri lane and send DK Phobos down to the safe lane. What do you think about this laning phase, Neff?
Sorry, I was just laughing a little bit at the fact that they got three bounty runes again on the side of VP. Little managed to snatch it with Levitate. Laning phase, I think going for running these 2 heroes Legion Commander, pretty smart move. As far as Earthshaker's position, he's going to be shut down pretty hard. Again, they want to shut down the Phantom Lancer, not the Earthshaker. The Earthshaker is going to be able to cope regardless. So, and Little just sitting there waiting for the courier to come with the salve. I'm not sure Sniper's going to send a salve up unless he really needs to. So, no one's going to have to harass him a little bit if they want.
Oh, the wraparound, Lil. Trying to exploit this Bane. Doesn't actually have Brain Sap's last right click will be enough to secure the first blood. Damn, I really love that. You know Bane is gonna do that, right? It's just stick around in the mid for the first couple of minutes, be extremely annoying, and then no one just committing for it. Just going for the trades, and then Lil coming in from the back, not what's an unsuspecting FNG.
Yeah, they're not bringing out. Ooh, I'm possibly getting a little low on the top lane.
Oh yeah.
One more lance is available to him if he's able to find it. But Nine Pasha is going to salve up. Nice tree, planting that Bob
Look
Ross.
at that.
And he's going to eat the tree for efficiency.
Oh god, what a pro! What a
Plays
player
a real.
Pasha is.
Plays a real indeed.
Mid
A
lane.
lot of explosive
Lil's
lanes.
still looking for this courier. He's going to get it now.
Yep.
Radiant's courier has
Wraith been on it too, so Iceberg's gonna have to wait on that one for a while.
Yeah, it's gonna make him a little bit. It's actually kind of interesting that a lot of time when you see these int mids, they go for this double null. So instead, he's gonna go for the double wraith band. Kind of the same idea in terms of efficiency. So I like this choice by Iceberg to try to go that double null band, but he did use a shrapnel to counteract the salve, but she's gonna get a regen rune. So. Wop wop for Iceberg there.
FNG still committing for another trade like this. We see the same kind of movement. This time he does have the Nightmare. Just delayed us a little bit. Taken over by Lil for a brief amount. If they want to chase further, they have to go through the shrapnel and even level 1. It's or level 2 in fact. Not something that you really want to do.
Rubik tried to really deaden it. He has to go back to base surf. Very quills that I guess he has it in stat. Courier, but
you're cutting out again.
Are you cutting? You're cutting out again.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, sorry.
Oh my god. Apologies, guys. I'm gonna try and fix this real quick.
I think it might just be a voice activation issue. So
Yep.
if you lower that down. But yeah, Pasha.
That's what I use push to talk.
Oh yeah, mid lane. We're gonna see this again, are we? This time though, FNG just fresh from there. He has a flying courier in his inventory, so waiting for that to come back. In the meantime, they're gonna finish off this kill. So, it is what it is. This time, VP. They're the ones being punished for their movements.
Yeah, Lil pinged out there. He figures that there's a ward somewhere in the mid lane. He's not sure where. The Bane was able to put down this early ward, so he can scout out those movements. And normally this ward doesn't get de-warded out. So, good vision. Using the vision there to get that kill. Clean through top. DK Bubbles actually... Looks like they're switching the lanes here a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Looks like it. LTW and his Phantom Lancer now in the bottom up against the Necrophos. Very fluid laning stage here. It's not at all not all what you usually see.
Yeah, I'm not sure why. I mean, I guess because DK Phobos was literally only had 2 last hits, now 3 last hits, so he wasn't doing too great. PL was doing amazing against Nine Pasha. Actually, Nine Pasha and ILTW were doing pretty evenly, but maybe they thought like, okay, we want to accelerate DK Phobos this game. They feel that as DK Phobos is going to start the fight up, he needs to have a good start so he can get his team into this game early on. So that's why I think they're doing this lane switch. They feel that they can do the same kind of combination. Whereas they're going to go to Ramses in the bottom lane, pop the Ghost Shroud, pop the stick, but yeah, he's just going to have to back up. Getting hit with that level 3 Death Pulse does not feel good for a PL.
Especially with Lil also revealing himself there. He's on level 2, so not a whole lot of punch behind his spells. Utilities there regardless, just to be able to help keep Ramses safe. Now Solo also making that rotation. Yeah, they realize that LTW is low in health, low in mana, but instead they find Bane. Poor FNG coming in himself, throws some spells of his own. Blast coming through, doing a bit of damage, but also taking them up from the Nightmare, so it's 1 down. Lil will be the trade-off, LTW. Eating that mango to make that happen, and will not be punished himself, so straight up 1 for 1 down here.
Straight up 1 for 1, but yeah, this is kind of the problem with the Bane. He does have, like, he can be scary. Like, if you look at the kit of this hero, he can do a lot of things, but when you try to put him into a hero, into a game where there's 5 other heroes that can kind of counter out what you're trying to do, it makes it difficult to play it.
Yep. And this early on, it's also coming down to numbers, more often than not, right?
Yeah, they did rotate a full complement of their supports and their carry there. So getting caught out was a little bit unlucky for him.
Also just the fact that all of his kit is single target, so it's easy to overwhelm him in these situations. Now,
True.
this is much better here, of course, against a single target. Now, there's a Fissure coming through, blocking him in. 4 heroes to bring down no one, but he has 3 Spirit Sirens going. Keeping him alive for a lot longer than he should have survived there, for sure. But ultimately, not long enough for the supporting cast to come in and help out.
Just casual 4-hero rotation into the mid lane. You know,
A lot of hate.
every 6 minutes in the game, casual 4-hero rotation. IDC.
That's what you need to bring him down at this point. Hopefully I fixed my mic issue, buddy.
Oh, Biver.
He's not fixing his death issues, that's for sure. And he's fast enough, isn't he?
Oh, the place from Kirito.
Yes, so he'll actually outrun that because I believe the death pulse runs at 400 and he moves at 400.
Yeah. Well,
so
not something you see every day.
Yeah, so there's the value of the Bane there, able to cancel out that damage. I believe you touched on this, Neff, that 1 second delay in damage with the Nightmare. It's actually pretty moderately ranged, so maybe he can use that to. We can see that's maybe a preview that we're gonna see with some Reaper side saves.
Oh yeah, that happens all the time in games these days. As far as the blocking assassinates when it's on the other team blocking side, super solid ability. You can actually dodge Tornado with it. Invoker's Tornado if your timing is really good. You're invulnerable for a full second, which is quite a bit of time in Dota time.
Yeah, 100% invulnerability is pretty strong. As we're gonna see, Lil getting caught out in the mid lane here.
You really wanted that Arcane Rune, but looks of it. At least he got it.
I mean, he's the Grand Magus. Like, who doesn't want a little bit of arcanery?
Dead Canery. Dead.
It's
He's
so
dead.
far.
That was pretty bad. Anyways,
yeah, we kind of lost the
first
trend.
creep score in the mid lane. Fox, my expert in mid lane matchups. Sniper's quite a bit ahead here. Was this something you were expecting? I mean, I think the hero just being able to outrange the enemies with shrapnel and whatnot, as well as, like you said, the 4-man rotation onto mid, helping him secure an advantage, getting the sniper really far ahead. How important is that for Team Spirit?
I think it might be a little bit more important for Team Spirit than it is for DP. Being able to just harass her with the shrapnel charges. DP is a really top lane.
Find the Legion Commander with another lance or just a right click or whatever. An FNG picking that up himself at the same time. VP, most of their lineup was down bottom, taking his tower, so.
Yeah, setting up for a good trade. But as I was saying, it's more important to get the sniper ahead and having the ability just to kind of have this pressure and get his items. Because he needs a little bit more than what DP does. DP only needs maybe just 1 or 2 items. He's going to use the Assassinate to cancel out the Clarity, easy harass. And DP is just going to be able to just do more just with her abilities.
It's a W, hanging around for a long time. The duel will not win them. Plenty of more TPs coming through, but they're finally bursting down. FNG with a TP out. He did get scattered, nothing there to cancel it. Instead, they're just running down. TK Phobos are trying to. He's fast enough in his feed. Meanwhile, mid, no one up against Sniper. He wins that battle.
You might have not been expecting that level 1 exorcism. I mean, DP is level 9, so that would be the time that she would get that 1 point if they chose. A lot of DPs choose actually to skip it completely until they're able to get double points, but getting that point in level 9, securing that kill. TK Phobos chasing, getting that kill. Echo.
Just before the spirits came back too, so kills all over the place. He's solo Nightman up, still not level 6 force on the Banes. Now that Assassinate should be enough, and it is. This is CIS Dota in a nutshell, right? Just kills everywhere in every single lane.
I love it. This is my people.
Right down your alley.
Yeah, I think the kill on Death Prophet was really important as far as the Earthshaker goes. I think right now, if he gets Blink Dagger as quickly as possible, puts Team Spirit in a much better spot overall in this game. Right now, like I said, I think VP seriously outdrafted them. Earthshaker is really powerful. Having an early Blink Dagger is extremely powerful. And if they can pair that Blink up with like a Fiend's Grip coming out from Bane, they can pretty much like take anybody who's by themselves on the map, jumping on them with Enchantillion and Fisher.
Maybe looking at jumping on onto no one here.
He should be dead here if FNG can connect with some lockdown, and he can indeed. Does have a little bit of fields going from third Siphon, but it's not nearly enough. Keep finding these assassinations. No pun intended.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Haha,
you made it
fine, I'm sorry.
He's one of us. One of us. Yeah, but
you're having a bad influence on me.
Yeah, good use of smoke play there, and able to make that rotation. But as solo,
think of smokes. Think of Phobos. Well, they get a couple of bounces off the ultimate on the creeps, and that'll help them try and chunk through DK Phobos' health points. Let's get a double stun off. Eventually, he should die, especially with the slow connecting again.
They're trying to get
would like to get the duel too, but yeah, they can't get it. That's a kill secure, an actual kill secure this time from Soda.
These Blink Daggers need to be coming out on a lot of heroes, though. Legion Commander should be rushing to get hers pretty quickly. I think they should just make space for the Legion Commander, let her farm until she has hers. Again, Earthshaker, I guess he was trying to do the thing by himself. He ended up getting caught out and punished for that, though. So, unfortunate, unlucky.
What do you guys think about the treads, actually, in the Earthshaker?
It's an interesting choice. I mean, DK Phobos knows that he's going to have to be in this front line. And is going to have to play that initiator. And so, just being able to tank up and get the power treads. He already has a full wand, soul ring, and a few range drops for the while that lasts. Maybe as Kuritsu might be trying to set up a kill here on 9 Pasha, but yes, he's just trying to tank up and play that frontliner this team doesn't really have. It's going to be a while before ILTW is able to tank up, maybe with the Manta style and Heart and Butterfly, so he can play that frontliner as well. But he's not going to be there just yet. Maybe not for 20 minutes or so. Until he was able to get his items. So I agree with this choice for DK Phobos.
Did you guys see what Necrophos is building?
He's going for the Radiance build.
Yes, he is. My man.
That's a fun one for sure. Byver's getting in some help here. Oh, FNG almost got the lockdown off. Now Rams is actually turning back around. Drag him a little bit closer, but cancelled now by the Fissures. The rest of VP come in, but the stolen Fissure actually blocks most of them off. Ice Blast bouncing through here. The duel comes out. The Echo Slam used onto not a whole lot here. They will win the duel with the Slap committed as well. Solo dropping low will die to the Keep of the Light blast there. Pasha gives Byver double kill. Byver of all people here, but the rest of VP is still very much healthy. In large in charge, 2-for-2 trade as it stands. And that'll be perhaps the end of it, but never mind, Byver is being run down. Double kill for no one in return. And they'll also be able to finish off the tower. Last bit of exercise.
Rough.
How'd Sniper die there?
So that's what happened to Sniper. Sniper got stunned by a Fissure, which also stunned 3 people. And that Fissure came from Lil. And in that time that Lil had stunned them with the Fissure, he went and stole the Fiend Script that Lil also canceled, and then used the Fiend Script to lock down the Sniper, who was already being dueled by 9 Pasha to help secure. Well, he actually did not get the duel, and he was pretty close. But yeah, getting that kill on the Sniper. On the back line, no one came around in terms of the fountain area, and then was able to catch out DK Phobos and stop him from coming in. So very well played, and then just pinching them down and using their ability. So fabulous fight there for VP, and able to get the tower afterwards.
Great for Blue to actually have that Fissure available in the first place. It's kind of made that teamfight happen in the first place, didn't it?
Little's probably just a god. It's something we all need to accept and live with.
Well,
the L God.
So Legion Commander almost having her Blink Dagger, Earthshaker quite far away from his. What do you think happens when Legion Commander gets a Blink Dagger? I think they'll try and go on kills for Sniper, but then his team's behind him, so it's going to be really difficult to do.
I mean, it's going to be anyone they can find. Right now,
God. Radiant's almost up on Necrophos as well. So
Yeah.
I think with the Blink Dagger and the Radiance, maybe one more item on the Death Prophet, they're going to start to take towers every time the Death Prophet ultimate is up and just pressure the hell out of the enemy. Like, especially before the Earthshaker has his Blink to counter-initiate onto them or catch them out when they all group up and try and push a tower.
Yeah,
They're smoked right now.
Yeah, I don't think that. I mean, a lot of times Necros, they might go for this Veil, this kind of utility build, maybe Atos. In this case, he knew that his team might need more kind of in terms of this kind of sustain damage and being able to help clear out the PL illusions. Just getting the casual hood, because a lot of the damage that Team Spirit have is magical to begin with. Well, as a duel is happening in the Radiant jungle, able to get that kill. So showing off that Blink Dagger.
Pretty standard smoke reveal, or Blink Dagger reveal with the smoke, and now, well, like, there it is. Straight up pop the Exorcism. Definitely comes through. The Glyph also used to try and delay this a little bit more, and they bring in more people. They want to try and make this a little bit harder, Ivor, with this ultimate part. And they'll be able to get rid of the creep waves. So this tower is actually still fairly healthy after this this attempt. VP, how far can they continue here? With the Exorcism ending? Probably not so much.
Yeah, they're gonna have to back out of here. As immediately, actually, they see them back out. There's no exorcism. They know that there's no exorcism. Team Spirit is gonna smoke right into the mid lane. They check their wards with their sentries, and so they're coming up. Like, and it looks like they're gonna go for Ramses right before he's gonna finish out this Radiance. We'll set him back just a little bit. But
he's none the wiser.
Net worth.
The Fiend Square build connects straight TP in from Lils, trying to underrun. It's gonna be way too late. This time from the actual DK Phobos. Not the Rubik. Will help secure that kill. And God damn it, Sniper. This is so annoying. Just plinking away, not doing anything because of backdoor region, but just sitting there outside of tower range.
Blink, 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 blink.
Yep.
Was that a 5-man rotation to kill the Necrophos? I mean, at this point in the game, it doesn't really matter if it's a 5-man rotation as long as you kill, especially on trying to build up Radiance. That kill was really big. Meanwhile, though, at the bottom lane, Pasha's farming away a Blade Mail, jumping on and killing the Phantom Lancer or the Sniper. Actually, anybody killing anybody by themselves so much easier.
Yeah, he doesn't want to reveal himself, so he wants to bait that TP out. Also, he doesn't know if they have no vision inside their jungle, so he doesn't know where Team Spirit is at. But they're gonna initiate here on solo, and that's gonna be a 1, 2, 3 blink dead.
Yeah, finally, it was inverse, but they're gonna turn things around. The duel comes through, but Legion Commander not gonna lose it here. The Stanky of his own right now. The Scythe finally to help bring down the Sniper. But what cost? FNG gets that kill, but now double silence. He has no one. Makes an appearance, Lil. Bit of extra control himself. Ramses only right-clicking away. Now they even catch DK Phobos with another slow with the Evil Scepter and everything. Well, 3 heroes down. Sacrifice was made from Legion Commander to make that happen, but well worth it.
Definitely well worth it. Getting those 3 kills, killing the Sniper again. So well played there by VP. Not getting that duel. I'm getting kind of concerned for 9 Pasha, just because he's not getting his duel damage about to hit 20 minutes. Normally, you want around, if you want to have a good game, you want to have around 4 to 5 duels. That's kind of a good start for Legion Commander, but he only has 1, and it's only the level 1 ulti duel. So in terms of being able to kind of solo carry this game by himself, and be this kind of pick-off threat that Legion Commanders can be, is getting off kind of to a slow start. One thing though that we haven't actually touched on at all is Viper. He's been kind of free farming on his own, and his team's been playing 4v5 without him. I think Team Spirit understands that he's kind of one of their strongest high ground defenders.
Yep.
So they're trying to get him as much as they can. He got that 4 staff, so he can split push a little bit better, get his team out of stickier situations, and now he's starting to work on that Aghanims. He's actually farming quite a storm here, so Team Spirit prioritizing where they want their heroes to get farm.
Yeah, he has more than half his Aghanims at this point. Just want to interject real quick, and picking up the Aghanims during the day, Legion Commander is suddenly so much less scary because you have huge AoE daytime vision, catch out the Legion Commander trying to jump onto you. You can cancel that really well again with like shrapnels I was talking about at the start of the game, as well as being able to cancel with fissures and things like that.
Solo getting caught out here.
Solo, yeah. Good catch.
Yeah.
Nah. I need to push a tower off that too, either bring an ILTW, at least thinking about it anyway.
That's what he gets for running around solo, though.
Bottom lane, well, they realized something was amiss here. Biver will TP in, will be caught out, but I'll actually follow through on them, just want to focus on the tower.
Yeah, it's actually kind of a big steal by Lil getting the
got duel up top, now the TP's come through. Fisher will try and help out. Echo Slam, he almost won the duel himself as it stands. RTW will at least survive for a little while longer. No one still with the Exorcism going to sleep and the Necrophos keeping away, but the RTW force going to the wrong direction to try and dodge that out. He will still die. Yeah, I mean, DK Phobos is mostly just this space creator instead of the guy that just snacks up the duels for the damage. This time around it worked out well too. They get the tower, they defend their own, they get a kill on the carry. Virtus.pro stabilizing once again and extending the lead.
3k in the lead here. Sniper just now picked up his Maelstrom.
Gets the ultimate off. Lil will cancel it immediately, steals it for himself, doesn't even bother throwing that out on the Bane instead. Looking for more targets behind him, but Team Spirit already on the run. But, well, can't run if no one's right there, but DP cancel, there it is.
Team Spirit's bad, man. I don't think meant to recall Sniper down to him, or I don't think Sniper wanted that. I think his team's quite angry with him at this point.
Well, Sniper was already TPing away. Just efficiency and farming.
I like reading into communication like that, probably too much, more than I should. Keeper of the Light, though, is going to have his
Don't get caught now. Lil walks right into him together with Solo. They have a little bit of burst between them, but I'd love to actually threaten him in any way. Didn't even break his
alive.
The TP rotation is there. He's gonna be just fine.
Anyway, I was in the middle of saying I almost had to correct myself, but the Keeper of the Light almost has the Aghanim Scepter. As soon as the day hits, he's gonna have it finished. So, pretty good timing. Well,
yeah.
Not good timing, but good timing as far as like what time of day it is versus it being night. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's 25 minutes. He's going to have a 4-staff. He opted to go for the 4-staff first. And so 25-minute 4-staff Aghanims is pretty good farming rate for Coddle. Ideally, like, if you're having a really, really good game, you would have it at maybe 20 minutes. But he opted to go for the 4-staff first. They haven't taken... There's still a tier 1 bottom tower that's there for them. So it's pretty all right timing. Viber, I would say Viber's doing pretty well for himself this game.
This is really fun.
He almost has more money than Phantom Lancer. So.
Did any of you see that interaction at top lane?
No.
It's just Coddle and Rubik blasting out waves at each other.
Yeah. Yeah, I did touch on this in the bottom lane. Lil being able to get that Illuminate will actually let him farm even faster.
It's a nightmare to Necrophos, but the rest of VP comes into the backlands, get the signs off of Phantom Lancer a bit. Well, Fisher's trying to cancel this out. F and G just trying to keep them away, sacrificing his own life more than likely. They did finish off no one. Bursted him down, he has the Exorcism going, the Scythe will secure the duel win, but at the same time the Assassinate will finish up a little. So 2-for-1 trade. At the end of the day, Team Spirit coming out ahead, especially if they can get this extra one solo. Trying to run away, there's a TP, but will be cancelled with a well-placed Blinding Light. Top of that mana leak. Once again, they're in a situation where, alright, we won a team fight, we've got Coddle Axe, the world is our oyster now. What do we do? Straight into Roche.
I'm Roche.
Yeah, much too hard to try and take a Roche fight against someone like the Coddle Axe. It's another thing that it's really useful for.
Exactly. Not sneaking up on these guys.
Yeah, that fight was kind of weird. They had, I think VP might have been a little miscommunicating on where they wanted to go, / maybe getting zoned. They had 3 heroes in the jungle area here, and then no one blinked in by himself right in the middle between the tier 1 and tier 2 tower, and then just got blinked away.
I want to give that to FNG though, because he was doing a really good job. Just nightmaring one, fiend scripting DK Phobos, I believe. Not Pasha on Legion Commanders, so it's doing a good job just delaying them to follow up onto no one, so that gave them the time to burst him down first.
Are you really gonna give anything to an anime name changer? Man.
That is fair, dude. It hurts me as much as it hurts you, but...
I know you're an unbiased caster, but come on, man. Just look at that name.
They're gonna try again. Smoke on smoke action here, by the looks of it.
Oh, they might just drop it on the high ground there.
Flings across the into the Fiend script. And no one will fall again. Ouch. Well, the rest of them just didn't even bother trying to help out. They're just standing up for bottom. Lane's pushing in, so they're expecting someone to try and defend this. He's very defensively with CIS called out. Blink, lasso, duel, he dies. 100%.
Yeah, they weren't messing around with killing him. Chain Frost out as well. Wasn't even necessary. They just wanted him dead as quick as possible.
Yeah, I was not expecting Sniper to fall there. The Radiant did use the scan, and they knew that there were heroes in that area. And I guess he just showed himself just a little too quickly. And I got picked off there.
Oh, Solo, not again! He's running into these. This time might turn this into something else. So the rest of his team coming in, he will die. Pasha gets rid of the illusions, but no duel to actually lock LTW down, so nothing else will come of this. BP, they're bleeding. I want to say they're bleeding more than Team Spirit is.
Yeah, they're kind of, in terms of the gold advantage, they're about, I think, 3 to 5k ahead. And then now it's down to 1k, so getting those kills here and there. Team Spirit kind of chipping away, as Bane will get cut out here. It's to be a pretty simple pickoff. So getting some back for their own.
No one, Death Prophet now going for the BKB. How is this going to change things?
I think though, with a combination of items that she has, she opted to go for the Blink Dagger, so she definitely wants to be more in the middle of these fights. Having that BKB will allow her to not take as much damage. I do worry though, when she does do these blink-in plays, the Sniper will still be able to burst her down. They have kind of, right now, they're not focusing Sniper as well as I think they should. Maybe it's just difficult just because he's so far in the back, and now he has a Shadow Blade, so it will be even more difficult to find him. But she needs to be careful with this BKB. It will stop everyone else from controlling her, but I feel that she will still get maybe taken down if she goes too aggressive without maybe a Legion behind her. And well, if Ramsey's not behind her either to keep her alive.
Yeah, to touch on that, what you just said, I mean, the Sniper has a Maelstrom. It's one of his major damage sources. Phantom Lancer, like everybody knows that the majority of his damage comes from the mana burn on his like illusions and whatnot. The illusions themselves barely do anything. So a huge source of the damage from him is Diffusal Blade, major damage source. Sniper is Maelstrom, and Bane, Coddle, and Earthshaker. That's being taken down here. But
Solo getting caught out again.
Yeah, walking solo, haha. Anyways, just most of the damage sources in the enemy can be stopped from BKB, and then another answer to the Sniper is the Frost Armor on Lich. So being able to blink in, activate a BKB and be Frost Armored, you're in the middle of everybody, you're suddenly not taking damage from like the majority of their damage sources with the Death Prophet, so you're in a really good place to do damage, kill whoever you want, life drain like several people at once. There's no way they kill you faster than life drain starts to heal you up when you have a BKB and Frost Armor on you.
Well, it's looking at the setup to kill no one up on top, blinking stun, Fiend Script. I don't even think Lil can even save him. Yeah, Lil's gonna just walk away from this.
Game is so weird, it's just a series of pickoffs. No big team fights really coming out. And
yeah, it's difficult. Most teams, like both teams, don't want to try to fight into it. They do fear. They don't have their BKBs, so they fear kind of this ability to go into all of the AOE that Team Spirit has. But at the same time, like if they get a pick off somewhere, like that's a tower down. So Team Spirit just always playing together and just not wanting to get picked out. Getting that DP out of there actually provides relieves a lot of pressure in terms of the map control that BB can offer. And they're just gonna trade a tier 2 for a tier 1. So we do see some
perhaps a Biber and a Bane. Oh, gets lifted up. I did bring in some help. ILTW. Not sure if he's happy about that, but DK Phobos with the ultimate gets one. Gets dueled up though now. Well, Scythe down as well. There it is. The Nightmare plays. And the Lordstorm plays onto Ramses, actually returning that ultimate to Iceberg, but he's still chopping away with the right clicks. All for one trade in his middle lane now as a result. Piper with the plays. Their global mobility. Hey guys, help me out here. And that's exactly what they did.
finally the gold has now swung back into Team Spirit's favor here.
We haven't even talked about Nightmare and Duel, have we? So funny. Right? No? Nightmare and Duel?
5-man duel?
Nightmare and Duel?
Oh, you mean the Nightmare going back and forth?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
But
I don't
also
want
the
that.
Reaper side getting cancelled by the Nightmare.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's like the definition of, I don't know, resident sleeper or something like that. I'm not that familiar with your Twitch television memes, but...
Well, you're casting on the wrong channel then, my friend. Raise your capos, boys.
I don't get it.
Oh my god.
What's a kappa?
Raise the dongers.
Stop. As bad as Kirito on this team. Moving
on, because I think we're dropping down lower and lower the more you speak now. Team Spirit. They turned a 4K deficit into a 3K lead, give or take. How worried does VP have to be? Like, is there a point where
more cautious? I wouldn't put them in a worried category yet. I would say they need to be more cautious. They took that fight in the mid lane. They tried to force that tower in without their DP up, and then they got caught in this 4v5 situation. I think if they get one more team fight like that, then they start to get really worried. If another fight goes like that, then it gets a little scary, just because then Coddle is just going to be getting bigger and bigger. As Ramses is going to get gone on this mid lane, they're going to lift away ILTW, but so nothing happening here.
Poking and prodding here, LTW. He's feeling strong, larger in charge. He does have the BKB to help out. It is daytime, so the heals on the Keep of the Light will bounce through for the next 3 minutes, and they'll secure the tier 2 and perhaps high ground. Do you think Team Spirit will try and siege it down now?
To interject really quick here before this fight happens, Necrophos just completed a BKB, Death Prophet just completed BKB. I know Team Spirit is feeling very strong right now, but they don't know that either. If they try and take a fight here against these heroes with BKBs, they don't win. As long as they get the BKBs off in proper time anyway. But as strong as they're feeling, I don't think it really matters. Like, especially considering like a lot of their net worth they're just sitting on right now on the sniper. It's like 2
Phobos, he is in this, but a jump in comes through. Echo Slam in the back, but Duel in the front here. They're trying to finish off the sniper. Stolen Echo Slam! Something's around the PKBs from both sides, but it is Team Spirit who are dropping low and low. They do get little. LTW is still in the middle of all that, trying to find another one. Almost finished off solo, but oh,
okay, that's happened 2 games. The viewers are probably going to go crazy about that one.
Great success.
2 games they Reaper Scythe and Illusion, so...
That was a bit awkward there as well. I mean, Earthshaker, DK Phobos is still being tracked down and throws down the Yules. Try and keep no one away, so he should be fine. But yeah, he's blinking in just after Lane Pasha was doing his own initiation right on top of the sniper, so... if that Echo Slam maybe came out half a second earlier, he would have caught a couple of extra heroes.
Yeah, but that's exactly the kind of initiation they need. They need to take out the sniper. They can handle the PL, even with the PL BKB. They can still do the damage to the rest of the team, and there's not much. Coddle can't do anything to BKB. Earthshaker can't do anything to BKB. If Bane tries to Fiend Script, they have a couple ways that they can cancel out. You save a Silence, you save a Lift, you save a Steal. There are ways that they can work around it. They even have a Yule Scepter on the DP to cancel out. So there are ways that VP can work around it. So if they're able to get if VP is able to get the kind of initiation again, it's going to be pretty dangerous for Team Spirit to try to fight into that. I feel if 9 Pasha is able to complete her BKB maybe in the next 5 or so minutes, and they're not, I guess, fighting or having these huge team fights, not losing any team fights, then the game might tilt back to VP's favor. But we're gonna see a smoke up here. Nope, not able to catch it out.
Oh,
good read.
Smokes on VP, doesn't look like it. Bended them all, so just trying to casually bait out Ramses, but it's 25 seconds until night time. This bird gonna try and make use of what they have left. Get another Roche, Aegis and Cheese this time up for grabs, and look like VP really want to contest that.
Yeah, they don't really have the best vision in that area. They do have the one ward up there in that dire high ground, but yeah, they can't really approach. It's still daytime. All the heroes are in there, but they're actually going to try to go in.
Well, Uceptors everywhere. Loshan will fall now. Aegis and She's in the hands of Team Spirit, and that should prompt a retreat here for VP. But well, Fissure keeping them close by for the time being. Iceberg need to keep him safe. No one actually blinks straight in. Pops the BKB. Trying to run him down. The Echo Slam though. 3 heroes. DK Phobos. No other player, but now it gets scythed down. Ultimately, was not enough to actually set up for anything else. LTW has the EGGs to try and pop as well. That's 4 heroes charging him down the TP. Ah, the duel is there though to cancel it. That'll be another win. 3 heroes down, even with Aegis and She's available. Well, at least they still hold on to the former Iceberg. Keeping back down bottom.
Yeah, as soon as that nighttime hit, they went in. The Bane was just kind of trying to hide into these trees here and getting caught out. VP playing that timing very well, getting that blink in, catching them where they needed to be. And as soon as that nighttime comes in, Kato loses all his vision, loses all his heals. So very well played by VP in terms of the decision making on that fight. I will say that DK Phobos was able to get a beautiful Echo Slam, but the sniper was already running out, and ILTW was not able to follow up because he hadn't eaten the cheese yet, and he was dropping pretty low.
Yeah, I mean that's probably just zoning the entire team.
I mean, you pop the ulti, wait a couple seconds, you blink in, it's just like, oh crap, that's a lady with a bunch of sisters and ghosts. Like, that's not a fun time.
Yeah, they couldn't walk past this area right here. There's just no way they could do it. Seeing that Death Prophet, the BKB up Frost Armor on him, they just turn away and they have to let the Earthshaker die, even though he did get that huge Echo Slam off. There's nobody there to follow it up, so it didn't matter. Well played by Virtus.pro there.
If you ever live like, I mean, I'm Peruvian, you know, and I come from a family, as we're gonna see, Lil get, oh, they couldn't get him there. Maybe lift him.
You didn't inform me of this drag and drop.
Yeah,
well,
anyway. But you know, you live with like, you know, we have a bunch of cousins, right? And I have a lot of women cousins. They just, you know, if someone slights one of them, and kind of the culture that I grew up in, and all of like their girlfriends and stuff, you slight one of them, like they all come after you, right? That's what it feels like with DP. Gonna get weird. That's what it feels like with DP. Like DP comes in, pops her ultimate, and she's like, holy shit. Like, that's a lot of angry women. They're coming after you.
What the hell?
It's not a fun time.
Yes.
Well, I feel like you have more experience with that than you should have, DFB, but
it's scary. That's why I always treat the ladies very nicely. Gentlemen, always treat your ladies nicely and treat their family good. Because if the family runs deep, they're gonna come after you if you slight one of them. So, little advice for the gentlemen out there.
Well, you had to treat everyone nicely. Hey, it's just be happy. Play Dotes. Watch Dotes.
Or just play Dotes. Just don't deal about real world relationships. Just play Dotes. That's all you need. That's all the happiness you need.
Well,
but that's what we're here for, right?
It's Clump Gaming, ladies and gentlemen. Team Spirit getting a little bit scared to go alone. Same for VP, more or less sticking together as one unit. Now they're the ones with the finger on the trigger. Bottom lane being pushed by creeps. And it's still not daytime for another 35 seconds. We'll bring him back out to W.
As much as they can.
Lil has a doppelganger and he keeps spamming the Rubik illusions. I get so confused because they're like golden and not blue.
I mean, this is Lil Dolder, right? He's just trying to be as annoying as possible. On top of it, getting those illusions up there and providing that vision for Legion Commander to get that duel off. We didn't touch on this, but Legion Commander has now picked up that 10-second BKB. So anybody who he jumps on will be locked out of that fight. There's no way that 9 Pasha will die. He'll be able to sustain his team up longer. So
you saw how big the BKB was in the fight at bottom lane, didn't you? Like, another BKB in their arsenal is gonna help turn the fights even more in the favor of VP.
Find an Echo Foes though, beautiful vision. Now the Echo Slam, him and Lil both being chopped down. Now the BKB's coming down. Pasha, well, still trying to find a duel on the right target here, but all 4-stuffing away. LTW still trying to chop down Ramses. Now if these BKB down, he should end up falling here. They do find the duel onto the Bane. Oh, turn around, actually Ramses not dead. LTW, he is very, very close to dying. With Pasha tracking him down in the end. I did not expect it to go that way. Now by the next one is in the Roche pit here, 4-stuffing across. The sniper is still blinking away. That's one good thing. But now, VP, they realize what's happening. They catch, or trying to catch Iceberg. And figure out where he's at, and there it is. bursting down. Aegis will not really keep him alive unless the rest of his team can help. DK Phobos though without the Echo Slam will make it much harder. Biber, yeah, does have the heals, helping him out. Ramses, not out himself though. Pasha and him easily tracking him down. They do lose solo in the end. No one died in the middle of that somewhere. I don't know. On the other side of the
he died up here. He got caught up. They were able to take out the PL, but he was caught trying to fight ILTW. So he kind of got pushed down there. But what was a really cute play was that when Sniper was shadow bladed and tried to run away from the sentry out over here, he still had a death pulse on him. And it was just following him, so they knew exactly where he was.
Oh man. Oh, bit unfortunate.
Can I point out one other thing that was really funny that happened in that team fight? Guess what the Ancient Prowler did?
Rooted somebody?
It rooted the Phantom Lantern, stopped him from killing the Necrophos.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh.
What was that other game that we were casting? The Prowler rooted the Earthshaker and stopped him from getting into Echo Slam.
Yeah.
The whole team. Jesus, that Prowler is a game changer.
It's by far the most annoying ancient creep. Period.
Yeah, but it adds so much to games.
Oh,
Love
yeah.
it.
Dire are scanning.
Great if you're just a spectator. It's not so great if you're the one being caught by that. But yeah,
Never been caught by life.
You're not being rooted by life, what you're saying?
No.
Oh, the cancel TP. Cool solo. He's a bit of a punching back this game. 5, 10, and 14.
Tactical dying.
Okay.
Nah, he is getting caught up a little bit. But in the areas that he's getting caught out, he's scouting for his team and letting them know where he is. He's not really providing too much in just in terms of the ice armor. His team already has BKBs, so what he can offer his team is just kind of auxiliary at this point. So getting those deaths there in these kind of positions with the creep wave is okay for him. It's okay for him to be dying there.
Is it ever okay to be dying though? Like
generally not. Generally
your other
not,
option is not dying.
About the best, and if you're going to die, there are better ways to die. You know?
You mean worse ways?
Yeah, the dumb ways to die. Oh god. Let's not get into that right now because Team Square, well, fighting for their lives in this best of 3 high ground push. It is daytime, but only for another 20 seconds. So they don't have a kind of missing these timing windows where they would like to really go for these sieges that we see Team Liquid do time and time again. BP still holding on. It's another one of these back and forth games, isn't it? This gold graph, not really past the 5k mark at all for either side.
At this point, it's just so hard to get on top of the sniper and take him out. This game is just hitting it harder and harder for VP at this point. Yeah. They've sort of missed their timing. Their Legion Commander isn't the strongest, lacking a lot of dual damage to take down enemies really quickly. I mean, they have these BKBs, but they absolutely can't get kited by the enemies like when they activate their BKBs. That's when they need to be killing people. If they don't kill people over the duration of their BKBs, then they need to retreat because they just lose the fight once the enemy can get their spells off on them.
Well,
it's nighttime here, and VP is feeling a little bit more confident without that Coddle vision and that Coddle heal. So, as I just noticed, DK Phobos having that Aghanims making those Michael Jordan dunks. Ramsey's in the mid lane. He has his Lotus Orb.
What do you think about his axe here? I mean, because surely there are plenty of other options that he could have gone for, like 4-star, Shivas.
For Ramsey?
Or something. But DK Phobos.
For DK Phobos? I mean, I guess so. Like a 4-staff would be a little bit more utilitarian for his team, or saving his team. The Aghanims is just going to allow him to, I guess, move in and out of the fights a little bit more freely. It is on a 5-second cooldown, so if you want to think about it in that kind of way, it is kind of like a 4-staff that has a stun at the end.
3-second cooldown when you get level 25.
3-second.
That ability is insane. You guys are going to see some shit. Okay.
Either that or it gets super tanky with extra 600 health, but I don't think that'll really save him.
Enchant Totem cooldown. That, like, Enchant Totem cooldown with Aghanim Scepter is so powerful.
Yeah.
Everybody underestimates it.
No one popping the Exorcism top.
I want to go here. There's still a glyph available. Echo Slam being charged up. DK Phobos will be recalled the last couple of meters. Tower already down, almost dead in fact.
Wow, this is so much damage. Right now, no one is carrying an AC on top of him, so it's super huge.
Yeah.
So much damage that he can output.
We bring that down, but hey, alas, ILTW. Or at least doing some pressure to force them back. And then we'll claim their own tier 3 courtesy of these catapults.
Double catapult. So much damage.
Yeah, 1-for-1 trade in the end, isn't it? Tier 3 for tier 3. That big ultimate was committed there from the Death Prophet, so perhaps there's a bit of a timing window. 90 seconds on the clock. Just about to line up with daytime though, unfortunately, once again.
Yeah, it's pretty much going to be back. The ball's going to be back into this Team Spirit's corner at this point. So we're going to see what they want to do with it. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to go for a push, as we're going to see pings out from Bane here, sounding like, hey, maybe we should apply more pressure on that bottom lane. They might even think about trying to go for a push here, because they know their creep wave is pushing in hard.
Ramsey's still just running in. Pasha, he's in this net. No one with a blink forward. Push up to the high ground, doesn't really matter too much. Those on the silence, and then the Yules trying to TP out and should be successful enough to cancel it. BKBs, limit caves, everything. They're just trying to get themselves away. The Fissure will give them some extra space, and looks like Team Spirit will dodge a bullet here.
If that Earthshaker was cool, he would have retreated with his Aghanim Scepter. Just chant totemed away. But he's not.
That was such a clutch.
Might just use it aggressively now. Gotta play forward. Ramses is kind of slow, but he does have the blink. So. Hanging out a little though. In the side.
Bottom lane.
It's across. Oh wow, still being pressured by the creeps and some wounds.
Yeah.
Cool range tracks.
I mean, that almost took down range tracks. Pretty good Manta usage.
Yeah, as soon as that fight started to develop mid, ISW just ran and just beelined himself over to the bottom lane and started repushing that lane in.
Trying to do the same thing to VP. Yeah, exactly.
What VP was doing last game, stretching the map out, Team Spirit is now following suit. We're gonna have to see how VP responds to that kind of map pressure here.
They're just taking control.
The courier might get picked off.
Oh. Yeah, just waiting for it. Yeah, they're just waiting for it to pick up some items, I think.
I like it. How long are they gonna sit there waiting? Wait, is this a bait from Virtus.pro? Do they know that they're smoked and sitting there waiting for the courier to take items? They didn't.
No item. Okay.
Yeah.
They didn't put an item on it.
Well, I got a good Roche for it, so.
Was this Virtus.pro knowing they were smoked on their courier?
We will never know. We will never know.
Now, no one does not have a TP scroll, and they're pushing bottom, and he's not gonna have exorcism. This could be huge, actually. I think this is it's gonna be a lane of Rex for them.
Tier 3 going down. Earthshaker setting up on the side. They do have daytime, of course, and constant heals are a factor in this fight. One lost the range. Melee still standing, it means a lot. Ramsey's charging forward here, just trying to shoo them away, just acting bold, acting scary. So far it's working. I mean, Team Spirit is retreating, trying to find a good angle, trying to wait for this one moment for them to group up, but the duel comes through. All the real Phantom Lancer, Cypher as well doing the extra damage. The winner is Pasha, and now just going to be chased down. Everyone dropping lower and lower. Oh no, the Ice Blast. Not even necessary. The damage was done from the rest of his team already. All heroes down just like that. The only one surviving, Earthshaker. Deeping out, defending top. It's gonna have to be some Pyrex here, surely. By the time they go high ground, well, Exorcism still won't be up, but no, they do have Aegis. We'll have some BKBs soon. Got the Coddle. Gonna be annoying for sure, just with the blast, but just gonna blink straight in. Sniper now, also making an appearance. Definitely a much more scarier target. 4-star forward, Randy's. Lord Orbs back out. BK forward. He's still waiting. He's still trying to find an opportunity, but so far VP excellent in their positioning. They're not opening themselves up to anything at all.
Radiant's middle tower has
T3 goes down, top range racks. No one gets stunned up by DK4 was act, but now Lil. There as well, with the extra follow-up control for one, that heal scepters every which way. He should be fine, but there it is, another blink duel. This time on keep off the light. And they will win this one. That's a dieback on him. BKB usage there from Ramses. They will finish off the Legion here with the help of that Fiend script, but no one, he's still going strong. Ultimate back off cooldown, so they'll chomp away at this last set of racks. And let's get bursted down once, twice. Well, Neil Scepter keeps him alive a little bit longer now to BKB before the ages. His exorcism will be gone. His BKB will as well. DK4 can line up that stun perfectly. No one. Perhaps a bit of a misplay. Necrophos next on the list here. Capsule later with the Nightmare. Still trying to play around, but well, he's the last man in the front line here. The rest of the team abandoning him. So they'll lose the heroes. But they got 2 racks for it. Probably worth
it. Completely worth it. They have all buybacks. And with that play, right before they went in there, DP had finished her Octarine and did not have buyback. So finishing up those 2 sets of racks and getting the 2/2/3s that were still up got her buyback up. So totally worth it for them to force that issue, and even dying is going to be okay for them. It swung from like about a 2k lead for the Radiant, and now 6k lead for the Dire. And now even their sustain is not going to be that strong because it just turned into nighttime. So even if Kata was up here, it's going to come up in about 10 seconds here. It's going to be difficult for him to push.
No travels on him. Can't get there very quickly. He's gonna slowly walk up or sell a lot of items to get up there. I mean, no Death Prophet ultimate right now, so if she buys back, not much of a point to it. But I just don't think they take this down fast enough with Frost Armor on it, being able to blast and reduce damage even more.
Force it here, Echo Slam. Well, still alive a little bit longer, but not long enough. BKB there from LTW. Gets dueled up though, and he will lose this one. Oh no, what have you done? Phantom Lancer trying to hide behind these illusions, but well, Pasha, he won't have any of it. Oh, that's a good defense.
Not too shabby. And they didn't have to even use any buybacks on their course. Buyback from Lil, but that's okay.
Oh. Yeah, Lil's play this game is huge. Like, especially at the start of this game, some of the things he did in top lane, that team fight you were talking about in that tier 1 tower at the very beginning. Some of those plays were absolutely amazing. He threw out the Fisher, he stole the Bean's grip.
Yep.
Yeah, now he has Aghanims as well, so he can be kind of showing off his chops here. He gets a Phantom Lance, he's going to have all these little Rubiks jumping everywhere. And they're going to be popping up all of them because he goes into all enemy units. So you have a PL with, maybe like 10 illusions, and you have instantly 10 Rubiks coming at you. You might still a Kata Blast that's going to be healing during the daytime, and maybe some shrapnels here and there, so it might turn into the
in this last fight, the question here is, do the BKBs on the side of Dire Virtus.pro last long enough for them to take this rack? Because if they do it right now, Glyph of Fortification is on cooldown. They don't necessarily need to fight the enemies, they just need to take mega creeps here.
We're gonna go in and let the Exorcism do the work. No one on front lines gets blinked away by Iceberg. It is a reasonable amount of damage considering, and now the Fiend Grip is half health. But eats a cheese here, turns things around, and Echo Slam there will be able to burst him. And now it's cleanup time. Pasha is trying to get close to Iceberg, but the link will be cancelled. Now out of BKB, the Scythe, well, not enough to actually finish up even FNG. So now it is VP. We're dropping low and low, but hey, they got what they came for. Once again, they lose 4 heroes, but they got mega creeps. Objective-based gaming, name of the game, once again.
Yeah, the do a buyback here becomes dangerous in the way that if Team Spear manages to take this next team fight, they win, but they don't have Echo. So they need to force the enemies to buy back and then get back and then try and take a team fight afterwards. But then the lanes start to push in from mega, so their backs are against the wall here.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
they win this next one.
Starting to spawn out.
Like Team Spirit basically have to force out buybacks and then win another team fight.
Yeah, they have to basically they have to win this team fight here. This will be the easiest road to victory for them. They force the buybacks, win the team fight. Exorcism is not up for another 30 seconds, so. If they can force down at least a Rax here, they would be in a good spot to maybe continue their aggression. And even IA2W is going to be pushing into this bottom lane, trying to spread out VP's resources in terms of their defense.
Iceberg's just coming right back. They're gonna try and either take mega creeps themselves or end it here.
Oh, losing the former, jumping away at this melee racks mid. There's no glyph available. It's two sets down, it's transferring straight to top. That's a full tier 3 tower though. Now the buyback finally from the Necrophos.
This is gonna be pretty big here.
Iceberg needs to stay safe. I think that's the most important part. He's the main source of damage at this point. I'm trying to get closer. Yeah, oh, the duel not coming out. He thanks to the doppelganger. Now solo zone ultimate wasted too. It's a great start for Team Spirit. Now no fear. Forces out BKB, but a Fiend's coming through. IL2W jumping away together with Iceberg. It can bring down the Death Rock here. They can indeed. He still has buyback though. We'll use it right now. Lotus Orb, Lincolns, everything being thrown onto IL2W just to try and give him some space here to work away at the melee rack. He's still standing now. Oh god. It is indeed, but still.
Make a decision.
Right.
You can't let them walk away, Virtus.pro. You need to chase them.
If they are walking, TP back from Iceberg, yeah, they'll have to hold on to the tier 4s. They will regenerate. And the cool thing is they can actually recall Iceberg here if they want to. But look, it is Pasha! If he can find this kill. Iceberg, Shadow Bladed back into the fountain, but he might have to read himself again if he wants to get rid of this bottom wave. Getting some help now, FNG.
Yeah, they saw him come in with this ward from the Radiant. It's a good read there by Iceberg and turned them just back up.
FNG got rid of the ward too, so that'll be all good. They will retreat, they will not get megas. Got pretty close though, at the least. At the very
They're holding off on their buybacks for the second racks because they knew like, well, we'd have megas. If they go for the third one, then that's when we'll buy back. And they did, and they almost lost that fight there. Lil was not able to get in position to get his stolen Fiend's Grip off, so yeah, really well played there by Team Spirit and kind of evening this up. Also good discipline by VP and not rushing into things.
Look at the buyback status now. I mean, everyone has it off cooldown on the side of Team Spirits. The only thing is that Sniper doesn't actually have the money. And guess what the reason for that is? The Divine Rapier.
Divine Rapier Dota.
I like also push something else just there. So they're committing, but if they win one more fight, none of the die side will be able to come back. Just late game Dota. One team fight can decide everything, and all these small victories don't end up mattering.
One thing I will comment on is the Sniper seemed to have swapped out his Shadow Blade for his Divine Rapier. The Shadow Blade gives you invincibility. I don't know why he swapped that one out. Really, any other item.
I guess he feels that with his Mask of Madness lifesteal, as long as he's not hitting Blade Mail Legion, he would feels pretty much unkillable. It will balance out any kind of damage that he's going to be taking in. So maybe that's why he dropped his Shadow Blade there.
Gotta be Oath Gav Roshan.
See, look, he's taking the Shadow Blade back. He knows what's important.
Nope, he was just switching out his items so he can make room for the Aegis.
Well, these games, folks. Aegis and Cheese now in the hands of Team Spirit once again.
Yep, game is now hard.
Yeah. Good thing is, again, they have to keep off the light. Even if it's nighttime, you still have that recall ability available, which is invaluable in these kind of situations because you can siege, you can teleport somebody back, and then still recall them back into the team plane.
For sure, they're gonna have to be. Team Spirit is gonna have to be a little bit careful here, as you can already tell that they're smoking up and heading off to this bottom lane. They know that they're gonna have to keep at least one core to be able to push out the bottom lane, because they can kind of be together. The rest of Team Spirit can kind of be together and make sure the middle lane and the top lane is pushed out. But yeah, Team Spirit needs to be able to even out this game. Team Spirit has to get those mega creeps on this top racks. They might not need to completely because they have the Divine Rapier, but yeah, good play by VP trying to take this bottom lane. But ILCW making that read, knowing that he can't go out too far because he is the most vulnerable player right now in terms of positioning.
Well, VP, they will not feel comfortable taking any sort of fight until they all have the buybacks available.
Even Solo
Team Spirit
dropping a
also
Lich ulti to clear out these PL illusions faster.
trying to keep them away, just trying to keep them away from their own high ground where they're forced to take a fight. And what did he buy? Boots of Travel, I guess? Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's getting Boots of Travel now. Just when you're dealing with these when you're dealing with a game in this kind of game where it's more important to play the map and your objectives, you need to be able to move around the map a lot easier. Having, at this point, most heroes are 6 slotted, are getting close to that, so you don't really want to be carrying around a TP, and having your items always available and not having to wait for that backpack cooldown is always huge. So Boots of Travel, they're definitely the right choices for most of these heroes to go as their next items.
Oh.
As now the push is coming in the top lane.
But surely
I don't
Sniper
know how they get onto Sniper, honestly. I don't know how they get onto Iceberg in these fights.
Don't really have another choice at this point, do they?
I mean, he has to be the one they go on. If they don't, he's just gonna rip through them all.
Radiant's bottom shrine is under attack.
Well, so far, they're just biding their time. First
Yeah.
buyback coming back, it's gonna be Pasha. 1.5 minutes still left on that. They're a little away at the shrine. Finally clearing that out in the bottom.
They are slowly pushing in the top lane with DK Phobos and Coddle, trying just to set up this push. Because with the Divine Rapiers on the Sniper, he will, in about, 4 or 5, 6 shots, take it on a rack by himself. So trying to just set up this push so he can just get a quick pop and go and run away.
Will show himself now. Plenty of wards being placed here to try and give them that extra bit of vision from the dire side.
Alright.
It is still nighttime, so it works in their favor. By the time it is daytime, most of the buybacks will be back. So now there it is. What we saw before, ILTW being the frontliner, and well, Iceberg way in the back here. Even went for the extra attack range talent. Just be able to do that. Throws down a blanket of shrapnels regardless. Only vision, and now that is no one blinking in. That is very bold. Pops the BKB now. Iceberg caught in the front of the fight. It's not where he wants to be. He does have the Aegis though, and will be invis out of there. BKB is about to time out. Not Feedscope. Onto Randy is here. The Necrophos is going to die eventually in exchange for ILTW though. Down for a count. Bites back. I want to end this fight right the hell now. Duel comes through onto the Aegis Sniper. Only one permanent casualty. LTW though, looking for more. No one. Dropping lower and lower here. The Assassinate of all spells in the world. The Assassinate will finish him off. Tim down for the count. Rubik. Lil will have a second life. That's about it. I guess Pasha also has it. But is he alone here that they need? It doesn't have duel for 25. They will be counter-megaed here at the very least. No Necrophos, no Death Prophet for another 70 or 100 seconds respectively. Team Spirit. There's a lot of space here to keep going.
Super hard to push on,
especially at daytime. Team Spirit, they're gonna win this, aren't they?
They're gonna get this. The duel. Their last hope is getting this duel on the Sniper.
But they're ancient. Ancient on the side.
Oh no! This comes out. There's still a tier 4 standing. VP that all just need to buy time. That is the duel onto ILTW. But the Ancient is lower and lower. Oh no. Yeah, there's not too many sea creeps. So we will be able to defend this here one more time. But VP, they've held on long enough. They forced out some buybacks of their own. Sniper getting that kill was absolutely crucial. And yeah, that's the other question. The Rapier is on Ramses.
Rapier's on Ramses. Oh man. Oh, Iceberg was hitting the Legion commander when Legion had a blade mail up.
Oh no.
Oh, he just murdered himself.
You mentioned it earlier, DFB. It was the only way he can die.
Yeah, and he wasn't even dueling the Sniper. He was dueling the PL.
Oh,
and
no.
I guess with all the illusions, he couldn't see that the blade mail was up and just murdered himself in two hits.
Yeah. Especially with all this attack speed, it can be very
don't have enough
hard
time to react.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you hit 2 hits and you're dead. You don't have time to react.
Absolute disaster. He gets another one though, it's fine, guys. It's absolutely fine.
I wanted to see that Ancient die to Mega Creeps. That would have been something. And then to this game. They're just so ham, everyone was so focused. It's kind of like that courier play over at the secret shop. They were just sitting there waiting for it to have an item. completely ignored the fact that their enemies might have been taking Roshan while they were smoked. The ultimate courier bait.
Yeah.
The ultimate bait.
Wonder what would have happened if Sniper didn't kill himself and wouldn't have been able to buy back and actually get back to defend.
Yeah, they would have lost. Maybe he killed himself on purpose.
Yeah. Give it the benefit of the doubt.
Double damage top, and there's a rapier on one of the teams. And
Good
Fulton's got it out.
I mean, Iceberg got his backup rapier now. Megas are Megas. VP. No, they have the upper hand slightly in terms of buyback status. They have it on no one. They have it on Pasha, two of their important cores.
They see this coddle.
It's only the coddle. There it is. Well,
for it.
tanking the duel at this point, putting that on cooldown, buying some more time. He was the only one who had buyback left, but now no one comes in. BKB catching down one. Ramsey's just hitting straight for the throne. Of course, there's no. Didn't meant to Climax again, but yeah, there's no glyphs, so why the hell not?
Yeah, no eclipse.
Love the Ancient.
PL still dead. They just need less than half-life Ancient. They just needed to get a little bit of couple tick damage there with the exorcism, and that was it.
What a game! What a series! Team Spirit. That's Team Spirit. That's the second game in a row where they end up with more kills, but they still lose. Damn.
Oh my god.
What else to say after this one? Like,
I mean,
Team Spirits, they had it. They had the win at their fingertips. What went wrong in that fight, apart from the, or what went right for VP? What's the point?
I mean, they had megas, right? They were mega'd. Team Spirit was mega'd, and what they were doing so well was kind of setting up and kind of inching their way closer and closer and closer and closer to set up that final push, which they were able to do. However, they might have stayed a little bit too long or tried to finish that game out. And then when Iceberg killed himself and gave the rapier up, at that point, maybe they took too long and they got their tier 4s killed, which allowed the Ancient to be ticked down. It's kind of like these little... They took all these precautions to try to set up that fight for the top lane, and then by extending it out just a little too long, they, I guess, threw that away. They kind of gave it up. It's a very difficult situation, so I can't fault them at all for that. But very good play by VP and sort of I guess extending the fight and letting their creeps do the work for them. But yeah, I feel that Team Spirit might have, all the focus they put in, I guess maybe caught up to them, and they lost just a little bit of that focus, and then it kind of just cascaded from there, and their Ancient getting too low and allowing VP just to kind of cheese their way in and just take it down.
Yeah, that was one hell of a game. I sure enjoyed watching that.
Yeah, that was an amazing game. Well played by both sides.
Now just looking at chat just as the Ancient explodes. An absolute treat. Thank you guys for watching. This was the very first of 3 games that we have today, so do stick around if you're interested in some more CIS Dota. It's Vega Squadron versus Double Dimension up next in about half an hour. That's the scheduled time, so we're gonna have a bit of a break. And after that, it's the winners match. Virtus.pro versus the winner of that. Some more CIS matches over on BTS2 in the meantime. Empire versus Effect was happening there, might still be happening, I'm not entirely sure. Now V versus M19 will be the next match there, also in about half an hour. And they'll have... Oh yeah, Empire won that game, spoilers. And they'll also have the winners match of that particular group. So plenty of CIS action here for PGL Open qualifiers. Not open qualifiers, it's actually the closed qualifiers. But the tournament is called PGL Open, so... it's a bit funny, but also a bit confusing at times. Anyway, again, thank you guys very much for watching so far. Hope to see you around soon.